Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Raw Life Artist. My name is Glenda, I'm your host, obviously. And today we're going to talk about the one advice I'd give the past version of myself, the one that started out on this creative entrepreneurial journey. Since this podcast is part of my Substack, Velvets on Indigo, you can find it in the show notes, the link to my Substack. And last week I posted an essay about this very topic, but it's still so fresh and so important, this topic, that I just felt like I need to talk about it as well. And in case you haven't heard my last episode, it was an improv episode, and I didn't know what I was going to talk about when I started it. I just picked up a random book from my shelf, opened to a random page, and riffed on whatever I found first. That was tremendous fun, so go listen to that. And today we're going to do something slightly similar, because all I know right now is that I want to talk about this one thing I would tell myself, my past version. And the core thing that I'm going to riff on, I just know the core thing that I want to talk about today. I have not laid out in my head, in my mind. I don't have a structure. I don't have certain points I want to make, but I trust that when I just sit down here and be connected to myself, that I'm intuitively led to the right words, that I'm intuitively led to whatever point that needs to be made, and that you're going to hear whatever it is that you need to hear from this. So here we are. Let me have a sip of water. Because I'm like, this is all part of the message of this podcast episode. So the one thing I tell myself back then was, what would be, do it the fuck your way. To be a little bit more precise what that means, like, I'd go back in my DeLorean to my 4 years ago self, the one that was about to purchase every marketing online course in existence, because she was so hellbound on figuring out how to do it right, how to do the right posts, how to market your stuff, your art, or whatever. Like, back then I started with e-commerce and coaching, but then I evolved back, like, to my core of being an artist, but also coaching. But like, back then I was hellbound on purchasing everything there was to learn to make it as right as possible. And I would go back to that version of myself and I would tell her, save your money, save your energy, save your freaking soul, and just do it the fuck your way. Just keep doing what you're doing naturally, whatever comes naturally out of your hands, written, words, spoken. Just go about doing it your way. Start an Instagram account, just do it your way. Talk about your art, your coaching, your whatever. Just talk about it in your way. Use the words you want to use. Curse as much as you want to. Talk in the funny or epic or whatever way that feels aligned for you. Talk in whichever the fuck way it comes out in this very moment. Even if the next moment it comes out differently. Doesn't fucking matter. As long as it comes out naturally. As long as it comes out in a way that is you in all your truth in this very moment. In each given moment. Talk about what you want to talk about. Don't think too much about how you gonna phrase it or what would be the best thing to talk about. Don't worry about long format posts, what's the best format, is a short hooked reel the best way to go about it, should I like explain it more, but then people are goldfish, they only understand like they only stick for 5 seconds, so how can I explain what I do? Stop fucking explaining what it is you're doing. All those things I would tell myself. And I highly believe that I would be much further ahead now, that I would be much more at peace. And therefore less burned out and more happy. So funny thing, like one of my best friends, she just came to me. She wants to like do coaching as well. And she literally, I answered a voice message of hers like literally 15 minutes ago, because she was like putting the thought out there, like she wants to do coaching and she wants to invest into marketing coaches and how to do things on LinkedIn and how to do it right. And I'm like, girl, let me tell you something. Let me tell you the advice I would give my past self that I'm now giving to you. Do it the fuck your way. Just start out doing it your way. Like, for fuck's sake. We get hung up on how we could possibly do it, what's the best way, and what other people claim is the only way or the only right way. And it's okay if it worked for them. It doesn't mean it has to work for you or it will work for you, because chances are it will not, because you're not them. They're completely different people. They work differently. They have different past. They have a different energetic makeup, whatever. And I'm like, just start out doing things your way. Find your voice. Find your way of doing things. And you have the best guidance system ever inside of yourself. And that's, well, your intuition, but this is what comes naturally to you. Like the way you would talk to to any person, pretty much, the way you would naturally talk about your stuff. That is your fucking guidance system as to how you should go about promoting your shit, That's the only way. Because this way, your authentic voice has the freaking chance to see the sunlight and blossom and bloom, and take roots and all the other metaphors. And this is the only way you actually know who you are in this space, in this online space, and in your art and in your work. If you let your voice naturally be, like, come to life and not have it tainted right from the start by what other people claim is the only way or the way to do it. So that's what I told her, like, literally now 20 minutes ago. And what I tell my past self version. Just start out doing it your way, so your voice and your natural way of doing things can establish itself. And once it's strong enough and you're so safe in it, you can, like, see what other people say about the matter. Like, maybe there's an inspiration. But the thing is, because you have established your own way first, it won't be swayed as easily when other inspiration, when what other people say and claim to be a way comes into your field, because it will remain an inspiration and will not become the thing that is better than what you believe is the right way for you. And I mean, maybe another sip of water. Wait, hang on. Maybe you will not be affected by that at all. And I'm so happy for you. I envy the fuck out of you. But maybe. You know what I'm talking about. Because I found that I had this fucked up belief that other people knew better. That's the reason why I gave my own natural way of doing things not even a chance. Like when I started out on Instagram and I just fucking did my shit and didn't think twice about it, and it actually worked well. Like I actually have proof. I have proven to myself that my just doing the fuck I want is working out. I proved that to myself. But when things got serious and I actually pursued this creative career and wanted to make my living out of it, I ditched my own shit and started believing other people's expertise, wisdom, how-tos, whatever, advice more than I trusted my own way of being and doing things. And why? Because I had this belief that other people know better. And when I say this, or when I had this revelation about it, and I said that out loud, I had these flashback images of a schoolroom of my fucking school, where with all these, I'm sorry, but all these fucked up teachers that didn't know better, that they were having like the worst life of their existence because they hated their jobs, and I get that. But they conveyed that their word was the only right word, that there was only one right answer, and that if people like had a different way or different answers, like of course in math there's only one right answer. I don't know, I can only assume, I'm not into math, but you know, like when you were writing an essay, whatever, there was a way that was more right than others. And the people who claimed what the more right way was were the teachers. And I get that to certain degrees it might be legit. But if you constantly hear this, like your way of doing things, your way of learning isn't how you learn in school, but that the way, like the school system back then 20 years ago, the way the school system like performed the educational stuff, and it was like that was the only way you need to learn, and if you don't perform in that, then something's wrong with you, because that way, how the school does it, is the right way, and the way you would learn is not the right way. So if you think the way you would learn, or you do it now, is the way for you to go, no. We're telling you what the right way to learn is. We're telling you what the right answer to this question is. We're telling you what the right essay content to this topic is. And then we're grading you. And then if it's not exactly as we think is the right thing, then you're getting a bad grade. And we're telling you, like, implementing it, of course, because we would never come straight out and say it, but we're implementing that your way is not as right as our way. Is there cynicism in my voice? Okay. At least I've reached the point where I can also laugh. Like, even if it's a slightly crazy laugh, I'm okay with that. Okay. You know, but this pain it's very deep. It's very deep, and I didn't even realize that, and it's across the fucking board for me. Like, I'm unearthing this right now. Like the past 2 weeks, I've been unearthing this, all areas of life. Like I have a strong sense of self. Don't get me wrong. I have a fucking strong sense of self, and I know from just myself and me, within my own bubble of me, I know that I know shit, and I know my way, and I know how to do it my way. But as soon as it is in context with the outer world, the outside world, or other people, I feel like I've handed over my expertise, my knowledge, my empowerment to other people. And basically saying, like, just for me, like, I believe I'm right, but if you say something else, okay, you know better. I must be wrong after all. Not like this is in an extreme way, but it became so clear to me. There was this very, very ridiculous thing. And I'm just gonna tell you about this little story because it shows how subtle these things that we carry in our cells, these beliefs that have been installed in our childhood or school, whatever, or even like, I don't know, parents, like whenever during your life, like there are things that have been installed in your cells and it's so subtle that you might not even recognize it. But once you become aware of them, you find it in every, like in bigger situations, but also in small situations. And once you're aware of these limiting beliefs or ways of being show up in the small things, you're on your way. You're so far on your way, and some things are about to change here. So I'm working part-time in a bookstore, and a woman she wanted to pay with card, and she had her Visa, whatever, and she put it onto the machine the wrong way, and it didn't work. And I'm like, you have to turn it around and put it like here. And a woman behind her, she said, no, you have to turn it around. Like basically the wrong way around is the right way. And I'm like, and in a split second, this whole process went down. I knew what the right way was to handle this whole thing. Like I know how to pay card in the bookstore I work in. I know how to work the card reader, and how to like press the card onto the machine so the payment goes through. I know it because I'm working there. So, however, this other woman came along and said, "No, you have to turn it around." As if she knew better. And there was this split second when my system, like this voice in my head said, am I wrong after all? Is the other woman right? And you have to like turn the card the wrong way around for it to work? And I was like, what the actual fuck? Like in a split second, this all went down. I'm like, what the actual fuck is happening here? How could I possibly doubt that I know better? How can I possibly believe that the other woman who has never been in the store before knows better how to work this fucking machine than me, who works there, deals with this shit almost every day? And I'm like, that is now very prominently shown to me that this is like a thing for me. And also within this split second that all of this went down, I found my strength because I was well on my way of this like whole realization thing. And I'm like, no, I would have never dared to say this before. But that in that moment, like when the other woman said, no, you have to turn it around. I'm like, woman, I'm working here. I know how it works. You have to put it the right way. And it worked. And I'm like, yes. Others don't know better than me. But that was like, it's so funny because it was such a small, seemingly insignificant situation that had the biggest impact and made the biggest difference. Because it was so ridiculous for me to like actually like objectively consider it like a ridiculous thing for me to actually believe she knew better. But still that this voice was there. And I'm like, okay, wow. And it's the same thing. And now I'm seeing these patterns everywhere. People trying to tell me like, am I exhausted? No, you're not exhausted. You need to push through. It's normal. Like burnout symptoms. We're going into burnout stuff in a while because it has been huge in my life right now. But I'm still feeling into this topic more. Like people knowing better what's best for you or what's happening for you. Like, fuck no. Fuck no. People knowing better how your art should look like, how it should sound like, or how it should be marketed. And I know that there are voices that say, oh, yeah, but you have to do it, market it a certain way, otherwise people won't see it. And I'm like, maybe, yeah, maybe people won't see my art if I do it not in a way that is the way to do it. Yeah, maybe people won't see it. Does this scare the shit out of me? Yes. But I've had it. I am so done with changing the way I would naturally do things. Because I did it. I tried all the things, but and it didn't work. So fuck on you, because you're telling me that this way is the way for it to work. I tried it. It's not working. Why? Because it's not who I am. It's not a fit for me. It's not my way of doing things. So I have yet to experience how it's actually, or whether or not it's working for me, if I do it in a different way, if I do it my way. So I'm on that journey and I'm saying, you don't know better, because what you think is the better way, I tried it, it didn't work. So apparently you know shit. You don't know like the holy grail of how it works, because it didn't work for me. And I assume that I'm not a fucking unicorn and it's just not working for me. I don't believe it's working for everyone. Like, this is ridiculous. And I know, like, psychology, people like have to see stuff 7 times and then like it's the psychology stuff and all these things, and they may all be valid. But truth be told, if I see another hook, how to market your art and 5 steps to market your art, and have you, like, this is the one thing I changed and now I've gone viral. If I see another hook like that, I'm gonna vomit straight into the next corner. And if there is no corner, I'm gonna build it so I can vomit against it. I swear to fucking God. I cannot see the generic shit out there anymore. I am drawn to long formats. I'm drawn to aesthetics. I'm drawn to people telling me I can do it the fuck up, whatever the fuck I want to do. And there are people out there actually who are very successful who say, like, I came to this like later after I had my own revelation, or it all got mixed up, so it fueled its like each other, like it fueled itself. And there are people out there who are successful and they're doing it their way. And sometimes it overlaps with what the generic public says. And that's okay. It's not an either or situation, but it's about figuring out what's right for you first, and then you can see what else is out there and what else fits, you know? And there are people out there who do it like intuitively, who do it not in a hooky, I don't know, this is my hook and this is the short format and it's a funnel and leading to this and this and this. People who are not doing that and they're fucking successful. So there's not one right way to do it. We all know that there isn't, but somehow some parts of us believe that there's a way that works better, even though self-experience shows that it's not the case. So I'm telling myself right now that I'm radically liberating myself from everything I've learned about how to go about promoting your art. I'm radically liberating myself from that. I feel like a teenager rebelling against what other people say. Like, honestly, I'm 25 years late, and that's okay. I'm a late bloomer. And it actually it feels good. It's not rebelling for rebelling's sake, but it really feels liberating. It feels like weights have been lifted off my shoulders to allow myself to really do it my way. And has become some like my mantra. It's my way or the highway, and I keep hearing Limp Bizkit because that was back then when I was a teenager, Limp Bizkit and my way or the highway. when I didn't rebel. So now it's my rebellious song. Just a phrase, like the lyrics, the line that just came to mind, because it really is like, I'm doing it my way. And if other people think they know better how to, for me to like do my art or market my art, fuck you. I know better. I tried your way, not working. I'm doing it my way, or not at all. Like, I'm doing it my way, and maybe it works, maybe it won't, but it's my way, or we're not even having this conversation. Like, it's my way, and I'm gonna do it my way. Period. Also, I'm doing it my pace. Like right now, like I'm in this very depth of a further advanced burning out stage. More on that later. But I don't, like, I have so much resistance sometimes towards anything. Everything feels like a chore. But I feel like if I allow myself to just do it my way, I find the fire to actually do the thing. And that was exactly the reason how I started this episode, when I told you that I don't have a plan about what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to, like, I know the topic, and I'm just going to let intuition take over, and let myself be guided. That was my way. Even though people say, you need to know, you need to have like a way and like a structure, and so people will get it perfectly and stuff like that. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm doing it my way, or not at all. And I was hellbound. Like, if these voices had taken over, I would have been okay with not having recorded an episode today. Because it's my way or not the fucking all. Also, I'm doing it my pace, like I said. Like, there's a lot of resistance. Like, I don't have... like, there are sparks of drive that I find in myself to do things. And it's my pace, or not at all. I'm not pushing myself. Like, I've recently acquired like a job, commission-based job as an A&R music scout, and I love this because I get to listen to a lot of new music, and I get to get in contact with people. But I have to send out a lot of emails to artists, like up-and-coming artists, and as of now, I haven't had the capacity, time-wise, energy-wise, motivation-wise, to send out as many emails as it might take to like get my first signing or whatever. And the people in the company, they're very hustle culture-y. I have to admit, it's not quite my vibe. But I fucking promise myself I'm doing this in my pace, or not at all. And I trust convincing myself, like, I want to trust that if this is not enough for this company, that other paths will open up in time. But right now, I am not doing more than I'm actually like capable of. I'm doing it my way, my pace, or not at all. No one can tell me a better way to do it than the way I know to be right for me right now. I know better. I know best. And if this means that paths separate, or it will, I don't know, unfold in whatever way, then that's it. But I am fucking done with giving my power away to other people and what they know or what they think is better. Because I know better. At least when it comes to what's good for me and what works for me. And sometimes when it comes to specific topics, then I know better as well. But that's a different topic. But then, even if I believe I know better about this topic, the person I'm telling the stuff must not believe everything I say to be the better thing to do. So, but then that's their journey. So, oh, guys, it has been very liberating for me. I don't know how you feel, but I've had so much fun I was more in flow, just to give you a feedback of what this just starting it without having a clear frame or clear structure, but just following my natural way of doing things. And that is like hopping onto the thing, hitting record, and then just going about and let myself be guided by my intuitive flow. What this does, and it actually, just like the last episode, I felt I was so much more myself, so much more in flow, like so much more, like I made all the points I want, like I feel like there's nothing left to say. And it feels complete, and I feel like myself. I feel lighter, I feel more energized, I feel like okay, it sounds super conceited, but I feel like I was funny. Like I was my funny, entertaining self, the way I feel good about myself. Like I feel good about myself, and like this aspect of me was able to come through because I wasn't all caught up in my head trying to like get all the points right, or I don't know, the structure and all these things. I was free. And I let myself be free, and I let myself have the possibility to be free, because I trusted in, like I let myself do it my way, and that my way was being led intuitively. And it was better than anything I ever did when I had my notes there. So try it out. Try relentlessly to do things your way. And if you hear this and you're about to start out, and you're about to like start your entrepreneurial journey or your artist career or whatever, if you hear this right now, don't invest. Don't check out podcasts on how to market. Don't do any of it. And find your own voice and way of doing things, way of going about it, your own pace, your own medium of communication. Find out what comes naturally out of you and your natural way of doing things. Figure this out first. And also, don't take my word as solid. Hear it, see what it does to you. If it resonates, go about it this way and try it. Or try something else. But whatever feels good to you is your right way. And once that is anchored in, you can find inspiration someplace else. Yeah. So, I love this episode very much. I hope to hear you next time, like in 2 weeks' time. Or you can like subscribe to my Substack. The link is in the show notes, and read the essay of next week. So it was a blast. Have a good week, and I love you.